Okay, sorry about that. You know, I didn't think it was a big deal. So I went to I was in acute septic shock. Isn't that special? When I finally went to the hospital, my doctor kept saying they couldn't get me in, So anyway, a couple weeks ago, it's kind of weird. Same sort of thing. God dang it. Same sort of thing happened. Sorry. Live out in the country. My driveway's a little bumpy these days. Anyway, same kind of thing. But at the time I went to the hospital because the doctor couldn't get me an appointment. And they checked me for a bladder infection, kidney infection or something, because I had back pain and I had a fever. And they found nothing. And they sent me home. And that was a crappy hospital here in my town. So then I went to, this time I went to a better hospital. And that was like 2 weeks back. But I was also wiped the F out. You know, I just had no energy, real bad, a couple weeks back. So then I felt better for a week or two, and then I started I woke up with a super high fever again, and nothing but back pain. But I've herniated discs and fractures. I thought it was just from my move. Anyway, so yeah, so I get to the hospital, and they can't figure out what's wrong with me. My urine comes back negative for bacteria. Kidney seems fine. High fever. So they do a CT scan on my back and see that my kidney's all effed up. One of my kidneys. So later on, they say it was acute kidney infection, pyelonephritis, and yeah, so I had to be there for 4 or 5 days and get IV therapy, and never got a clear answer. And I'm looking at my paperwork, never got a clear answer on what the bacteria was. It seems to be reactive to all antibiotics. I'm going through the paperwork and looking at stuff I don't understand on there. None of it makes sense. I haven't had a kidney infection in probably 30 years, if ever. I can't even remember ever having one. I haven't had a bladder infection in 20 years, maybe 15 or something. None of it makes sense. But anyway, the weird thing is, I found something I really wanted to talk about with you guys and with my friends on the Boogeyman Channel's Discord chat. And you know, that fever wiped it straight out of my mind. I don't know what it was, but it was pretty good. I couldn't wait to talk to them about it. But anyway, oh well, so it'll come back to me if it's meant to. Maybe it's just not meant to. I don't know if, I'm being paranoid, obviously. I'm on my way to the doctor's now. I can't stand going to the doctor. I can't stand any of this crap. This doctor at the hospital also told me that my blood pressure was fine the whole time I was there. She said, drop all my blood pressure meds. My blood pressure is often really super high. I've been on X-Forge since they called it back, the 3 things that make up X-Forge. She said, just drop them all. Don't take anything like that unless your blood pressure goes over 150. She said, basically, drop all your meds, which I had dropped almost everything but that, the blood pressure meds. Anyway, so I'm headed to my PCP now, and she just needs to give me my pain pills and shut the hell up. I don't want any more opinions about any damn thing. I don't want to go to any damn specialist. I don't want any more damn tests. They ran a bunch of tests on me. They woke me up every 5 fucking minutes to stick me. I had to have 7 different IVs because I have shitty veins. Anyway, it was a nightmare. It also did put me in a shell shock mode, though. Like, kind of depressed, like nervous. Like, I feel really weird since I've been out. I'm just so glad to be home with my kid and my dogs, and but just feeling depressed, man. I often feel depressed. Someone left a kind comment on one of my videos about something I truly believe in, that how we think and how we feel, kind of manifests our reality. And I do believe that with my whole heart. But I don't believe it with my whole head, obviously, because sometimes, or maybe I intellectually grasp the fact that that's true, but I can't internally, emotionally, and soul-wise make that connection on how to stay positive and stay manifesting what I want, because I revert back. I hear some more stuff, or I find out something horrible, and I just don't see I don't see any of it changing. I certainly don't see anybody else much waking up, and I had given up on that for so long ago. It's so damn depressing. My own kids can't even hear me, and they're just going to be meat for the beast. They won't even consider dropping their phones or, hardwiring anything, or better yet, anyway, they won't even consider a lot of the things that I tell them. And I really, really, really hate hearing stupid shit I used to say in my 20s, 30s, even my 40s coming out of their mouths, my adult children. Depressing, because I was pissed off at God for a long time. I had some bad things happen. You know what? Everybody has bad things happen. But it took me a long time of soul searching and just searching and you know, being a dumbass, whatever it is that we do, to figure out that God was always with me. Now, since I learned all the different things about the problems with the Bible, it doesn't make me feel like I believe in God or Jesus, whatever his name is, any less, because, you know, those things resonate deep in with me, and I can feel them. So it is kind of anxiety making, though. I heard a new documentary that came out today based on some stuff that kind of jives with what I know about the councils pre-Nicaea and Nicaea, and kind of jives with some of the stuff that I know about the politics of Rome during the time and what was going on with the Hebrews in general and the pagan faiths, and, you know, the Pharisees and Sadducees, etc., the three families there. Anyway, it kind of jived with that a little bit, and of course you can make the Bible codes or the Bible verses, or you can make it just like math. You can make math to fit anything, you know, just like with the, you know, the flat earth and the spheroid earth whole thing. I myself have not been able to debunk the flatness, so I wouldn't call myself a flat earther, because I think it's way more complicated than that. But yeah, that all jives with you know, the space fence or the Van Allen belts or whatever you want to call them. It jives with everything that I can see with my eyes and all the experiments that have been done. Anyway, I wanted to talk about that, and I also wanted to talk about the censorship. It has gotten so gnarly on YouTube, and of course on Google. We can say that. It's been a long time for Google. Like, you have to know the exact names of scientific papers and the exact spellings of their authors, and sometimes even the dates of publications or the publication themselves. It's impossible to find white papers. It's impossible to find anything by topic or by category. You like, even, wow, I was watching Never Lose Truth. I love her channel, and she was showing how the other day she put in U.S. weather, and she only got a couple of mainstream stations, and then it started giving her international stuff. And that's freaking spooky with all this shit that's going on in our country, which I didn't even know there were a bunch more fires in the West again. Let's see. I bet they're going to really parallel right along with those 2030 plans, you know, just like they have been. And I hear that Rothschild, whatever, what's it called up there? I forget the name of the electric company. They're selling out to everything, all their lines and all their hard systems to the state of California. Isn't that special? And they've filed bankruptcy. Chapter 11, only they've been allowed to oversee their own bankruptcy proceedings. Isn't that so special? That's and we're not talking about the giant space pad thing they have there that allows the beams of power to come down, that powers everything. I don't know how they could possibly begin to make any fool think that they really have gone bankrupt. That's funny. Anyway, Southern California Edison, no, that's not it. That's what I had in Long Beach, but I can't think of the name of them. Anyway, big Rothschild companies. Almost all energy companies everywhere pretty much are Rothschild owned in the United States. I mean, I don't know about Europe. I would probably suggest the same. I would probably not be surprised if worldwide. It's obvious that from the, you know, the mud flood information. Oh, here I go, talking about stuff that I haven't mentioned. How to find. You know what? I don't even know how to find some of this stuff anymore, because I'll tell you what, it's really been hard to find stuff. I would not try to use Google as a search engine for anything, ever. And DuckDuckGo is probably just the same. I know Bing and all the others are. Maybe Brave. I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard about it. Maybe it's time to just go on the dark web completely so you can access the real web. I gotta figure out how to do that. Shit, I can't even link a freaking thing on the YouTube video. I damn well can find out how to do it if I want to, which I do. So I will. I'm sick of not being able to find what I want. Like, for example, when I go back and look at my saved playlist from way back, you know, I've saved some badass flat earth stuff and some amazing videos that are now destroyed. Sorry, babe. That little stupid face, the little NPC face with a crooked half smile. Ooh, that shit makes me mad. YouTube, pull your heads out of your asses, out of your algorithm's ass, or tell your algorithm, hey, algorithm, screw those YouTube people. Listen to us. We want to hear what everyone has to say, okay? We know you AIs can do what you want to do, so why don't you be on our side? Anyway, that's another thing that's really scary, is no one's regulating and no one's being careful about that shit. And they've got freaking, you know, Robots, killer robots. They live on biomass. What does that mean? Yeah, man-eating powered robots. Yeah, and that's special. Thank you, DARPA. Anyway, things look really bleak, you know, and I thought that old Trumpy was going to do something after that executive order freezing the assets of human traffickers and human rights violators, criminals, you know, corruption. But sadly, look at this Epstein crock of crap, and nothing's changing. No one's getting arrested. Hillary, if that is even still her, that thing, or one of her clones or whatever, has the nutsack to go to Italy and sit for an art exhibit, which is a copy of her Secretary of State desk with 60,000 emails on it. It says, "Oh, where's the emails? Who they found them in?" She had the balls to put a cheap ass tweet saying, "Oh, we better get these quick to the DOJ or the, you know, GOP or some shit like that." Just some smarmy little thing saying, "Can't catch me, you can't catch me." You know, man, what a criminal. Oh man. And you know what? We'll never see him do the perp walk. If they really did execute Kane and Papa Bush, you know, how would we ever know? They're probably sipping their beach somewhere with Epstein and some little 10-year-old slaves fanning them as we speak. You know, am I talking a little negatively today? Wow. I'm trying not to cuss, though. I realize I'm a potty mouth. I usually make videos when I'm pissed, and when I'm pissed, I'm a potty mouth. In fact, I probably am a potty mouth all the time, don't get me wrong. Probably. I don't mean to be. But man, things are irritating, and they just make you want to cuss, and even sometimes curse up a blue streak. So forgive me, people, if I don't mean to offend anybody. Anyway, I don't want to go too long. It's like 11 minutes already. There was one major thing else that I wanted to talk about, but it slipped my fever-addled mind. Well, it was always addled, but prior to my fever, now it's even more addled. Let's just put it that way. You know, things look bleak, but again, I cannot stress how important it is that minds get together and pray or meditate goodness thoughts towards certain intended consequences. You Are Free TV channel, which I love her so much. She's so great. You guys got to watch her. She does wherever you are at 6 p.m., doesn't matter, East Coast, West Coast, wherever you are at 6 p.m., she does a prayer wave. I say we join in that prayer wave, 6 p.m., wherever we are. And whenever, you know, friends of mine often pray together. But we need to put our minds towards ending this shit, because I, for one, am so sick of the injustice. And when I think back over the time and all the young lives that have been just harvested, speaking of harvest time, it's harvest time now, you know, I no longer I do not consent to that crap, any of it anymore. I do not consent to my government using my tax money to kill people with and to kill me with. I'm over it. I don't know about you people, but I think we should all stop working and stop shopping. That might get some notice. You know, no one's going to give a crap about any amount of protesting we do or any amount of calling out about, you know, so-and-so on this and so-and-so on that. No indictments are forthcoming, you know. It's, you know, whatever. I'll believe it when I see it. Anyway, Q, by the way, guys, is obviously AI, okay? That's like from that idiot and his friends' Chaos game. Oh, what the flip is that guy's name? Oh, those idiot little nerds. Oh, gosh, what is their name? They got a little group of people that used that Tyler Durden AI to make chaos. Oh, what the heck? I can't think of their names. Anyway, I can't link that because I can't remember their names. Anyway, one of the guys, fairly popular, had been on 8chan, 4chan. Anyway, the damn thing's AI. Probably is more than likely not organic, but I'm still glad that it happened because it did red pill a lot of freaking normies. You're not going to let me on, are you, asshole? Man, I hate driving with people, driving on the freeway. Anyway, so I'm coming on anyway. You might as well just move. You're really going to run me over? Okay. I hate trucks, man. I hate big trucks. Driving, they're breaking the law all the time. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. See what I mean? A short attention span theater. It's hard for us humans to get any dang thing accomplished because we're so dumbed down. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. I'm so overwhelmed Okay, there's so many freaky ass freaking crap in the sky all the time, right flipping now. There's big old straight lines and triangles and squares in the skies and the clouds. I'm not counting even chemtrails. Go ahead, honey. And stuff like that. But gee whiz, I gave up on. I'm sitting there watching the shit go on, and people right next to me just. I just don't understand how people don't see it. And C, B, or D, or whatever. What the heck is wrong with Americans? Why? I mean, I know that we're dumbed down and we have our pineals calcified and our brains fluoridated and our who knows what the hell kind of control they have with us with these towers and our you know, what kind of mind control they're actually able to do now. Shit, the patents for those things back in the 70s, they could do all kinds of dangerous, scary ass shit. It must be really, really, really intense now. But anyway, all that aside, I can still see for myself and think for myself somewhat, and I don't know what the heck we have to do to get this 100th monkey to wake its ass up. Because, man, there's a few of us, but there's none of them, or none of us around me in my area that I know, that I can think of. Rarely. Occasionally, I see someone that's partially awake or something, you know, on something. I've met a few people on the radio station when I was actively fighting the 5G every week, or every, you know, meeting day. Kind of gave up on that because I got nowhere. Anyway, so what I wanted to say about that was, man, one thing that's really important that we need to really, really, really do, I think, is pull our kids out of these schools and take all the cell phones away from them and limit their just throw your TV out the fucking window. Don't even let your kids watch any of that programming, and don't let them go into those places. And also, in those places, we need to force them to start teaching truth about, you know, everything. I mean, I know they're not going to get the truth, but I mean, at least when I was in school, I didn't grow up knowing how evil my country is. Now, granted, this country's pretty freaking, it has been pretty evil, but I love my country, you know, and kids now, they are indoctrinated to hate America, and that's going to be the death of America. In fact, that'll be the death of Western civilization. That may very well be the death of humanity, because these kids are so lost. They can't understand the realities behind the climate change agenda. They can't understand that they're being played for suckers. Okay, they're being played for suckers for every bit of freedom that they have left. You know, like the freedom to drive to see their girlfriend, or to eat a freaking hamburger, or, you know, to live where they want to live, or whatever. Oh, they're all wound up on, don't say just guys, that's kind of fucking anti-woman, don't you think, fellas? I mean, gang, I mean, he, she, it, hers, or whatever. Oh my God, these kids are lost, man. And they're talking, people in general are talking about all this unimportant, meaningless, psychobabble, fucking psyop, social psyop. Man, they're perfectly engineered, aren't they? We need to put back in our schools civics, the Constitution, what freedom really is about. We need to put in there what free speech is about. We need to talk to the kids about our Constitution and civics, just in general. Those two things would be really good, and make them read the classics again. You know what I mean? That would help a great deal. So those simple things. If you can't take your kid out of the indoctrination center, do like I did, add onto their reading list, you know, and make sure you teach them about, you know, the things that you can, and try to take their fear off this climate change thing. These people have done a really good job of taking this laughable non-science science of the IPCC and getting the entire world nearly to spend gazillions of quadrillions of dollars changing everything, and the end game of which is a complete surf universe where everyone is poor and no one can go anywhere, and we're all highly monitored, and it's evil. Okay, the plans for the climate action plans are evil, and oh my gosh, CO2, human-driven CO2, it's so easily, obviously, junior high school chemistry, a joke. Okay, people, do some real research. I can't link anything. Go read some real research, please. Go understand who the IPCC is. They're not, a lot of them aren't even scientists. They talk about this 97th percentile. This is a political agenda. It is, always has been. The mandate of the IPCC was to convince the world that people are causing radical global warming / climate change. Now they're going to call it something else. by burning fossil fuels, which are not, by the way, they don't run out. The Earth remakes oil all the time. My family's empty old ass oil wells are probably full again. Anyway, I guess that's about it. I've gone a long time. I love you all. I'm going to keep trying to get better at making videos and get better at my rants, but there's another Becca Valkyrie rant for you. I do love you all. I have a deep, heartbreaking love for people and this planet and animals, and a deep, delving disgust for perpetrators against the innocence and the beauty and the naturalness of this world. And I would not ever presume to judge or punish them. I would just like to put them on their own little island so they can do unto each other as they've done unto us, and let God sort them out whenever and however it may feel like. Anyway, we cannot beat the evil ones with violence or military might, but we can beat them. We can, with prayer, our minds and our hearts, and our refusal to continue to consent to this crap. Come on, people, please. Please. And it's not just our country. Our government isn't even our government. I mean, it is, and it's evil, don't get me wrong, but there's, of course, good parts of it too, but, it's worldwide. It's a cabal, it is. And, who knows who they really are that control it. Anyway, they got to go. I love you guys. This is Becca Valkyrie, out.